Hey everyone, welcome back to the Innocent Bros Outdoors. I'm Jake, and today we are going to continue the What's Jake Doing episodes. Hey everyone, welcome back. As I said, my name is Jake, and today we're doing What's Jake Doing? I believe it's episode 3. And the first project we have on the bench today, one of my friends, Mark, let me use his servo jig. This is basically what I've created here in printing, but this is, ingenuitive without a printer. I have taken some tests. We did finally receive our NSDRC servo, so I got the 500, the RS500B, and the RS700V2. I did test those. Results are in the link below on the website. The interesting thing is that the specs on the 700 V2 actually beat the 800 V2, but in real life, the 800 V2 is superior to the 700, which you would expect, at least based off of the results from my jig here. Now, I did do some testing with this one. The problem is that this dyno is way different than this dyno, or really the tester is way different than this tester, and it doesn't read the same. I will be very much in trouble if this scale breaks. I think this scale is a little more accurate than this scale. It just goes to show that if you don't use the same source of truth, which would be the scale, you don't really know. If we did this 500 on this scale, I believe it was right around 500 or almost 500 ounces at 4S. This scale was like 600 some ounces. There is a difference, and this scale does read drastically different up and down as you're doing the pull on it. If I were to start out with this scale, it would be fine. Just know that there is a difference, right? And it's not necessarily the amount of output that it provides to somebody else. It's the amount of output it provides against other similar items from the same scale. Keep that in mind when you go to order a servo. One of the other things I want to talk about real quick in terms of servos, I didn't actually touch on this in the video, and I should have. The key takeaway here, especially if you're new, you need to understand that a lot of these NSDRC servos and some reefs and things of that nature, they are actually direct power. Now, if you're a basher and you're watching this and you're not a crawler, you have a truck that's potentially 6 or 8S capable. Well, these servos are not going to be adequate for that truck because they do connect directly to the battery, and you will burn these up running anything more than 4S. If you are purchasing a servo for something that is going to be 4S or higher, such as a basher or maybe airplane or drone or whatever, make sure you're very cognizant of that and you don't purchase a direct power servo, because you won't be able to use it, or you will use it and you'll essentially waste the money you just spent on it. Project 2 is actually inside of this box. This week we will be doing an unboxing and review of the CPRA 4-wheel steer. I've wanted to get one of these for a long time. Not very good in the 4-wheel steer department, so I need to get a little better at it. I got this to practice. This will probably stay stock until it isn't. The intent behind this truck is not to leave it stock. It's actually to build it into a Class 3 truck. I don't know if it'll ever run Class 3, but I'll get a lot of footage of it, and I'll have a lot of fun with it. That's all that matters. I have no idea what I'm going to do for this truck in terms of build. It's something maybe like Rock Pirate chassis, whether it's Kraken or the regular Interceptor, or I do something completely different. I have no idea. If you have any recommendations, feel free to leave a comment below and let me know what you would do with this build. Be on the lookout for the video, because that is coming soon. Project 3 is a little different. I'm sure you may or may not have seen the short where this truck actually caught on fire. Yes, it did catch on fire. I'll be doing a video on that to kind of go over what happened, why it happened, and how to prevent it from happening, not only for myself, but for the community out there. I just wanted to show a little carnage and aftermath. So it doesn't really look like anything happened here, but I can still smell it. It still stinks. You can see that we did have a nice flame under the hood there. We did have the fire in this area here. Fortunately, it didn't actually ruin anything on the truck. It did melt the end link a little bit, this link end here, which we've got more on order. And it did kind of melt into the plastic or 3D printed skid of Artful Dodgers. As you know, this is the Artful Dodgers truck. I'm not going to go into what happened. Just know that this is on the bench, and there will be a video coming out about it on best practices when using lithium and things of that nature. Everything still functions that I know of. I know the servo works. I've tested it. The receiver works. Haven't actually retested or tested the motor to see if it works, but I'm sure that it's fine. One of the things that you need to be cognizant of is you're dealing with lithium, things happen, and you need to make sure that you have an eye on it at all times. They sell lithium bags for a reason. I would highly suggest that you use them. All right, so for our final updates, this will be 4 and 5. These trucks will be in a head-to-head shootout very soon. There are some minor details on both trucks that I have to work out first. On the right here, we have the redcat Ascent, and this is project number 4. If we look at the redcat Ascent, pull this off, there are some things I need to do to the truck. The first thing being I need to fix the front axle links. I need to turn them, or link connectors, whatever these are. I need to flip them so they're not dangling and catching everything. You can see all of the scratches and scuffs on them. The second thing is I went to do the head-to-head video this weekend, and I noticed when I was about to put on wheels and tires that both of the U-joints are missing from the redcat Ascent. Those are on order. When they get here and I'm able to put them in, I will do the video that is on the bench for the week. Once the review is done, I might actually give this truck away. We'll see what happens. The second project is this VRD stance. I have been driving this a whole lot. Ever since the snow melted and the sun came out, this truck has really been the only truck that I've been driving. I do have some more footage of this coming out very soon as well. The reason that this is project number 5 is that we were out this past weekend and we got a little squirrely and we bent one of the links. We are going to be ordering a new link kit for this truck. We're going to replace the lower links on the front and the rear, and we'll have a spare set of uppers because those are probably just as weak. We went out Saturday for probably 4 hours, did a lot of different terrain. There was a lot of moisture. It wasn't necessarily raining in some of the video. It was kind of drizzly. We were on slick rock with moss, and this truck crawled with trucks that had megalithics. There was a redcat Ascent with stock tires there. There were some Proline, Baja, Pro Claws, or Mickey Thompson wannabes, or Tusk wannabes, or whatever you want to call them. And I will tell you that these were right up there with the megalithics in terms of the truck and doing things that that truck was able to do. I would say that there were instances that the stance could actually do things that the VRD carbon with the megalithics couldn't, which was impressive. And then there were things that the VRD carbon with the megalithics could do that this couldn't. It's hard to say why that is. Maybe it's driver error, line choice, whatever the case is. But overall, I've been extremely impressed with this truck and kind of turned into my favorite truck to drive, at least over the past few weeks. The only two downsides that I've come across are the shocks are leaking, shocker, and the links are bent. Again, shocker. I mean, these are things that we knew were going to happen. I have not even been tempted to change out the electronics. The only electronic that I want to change is the ESC. That would be the third con. The drag brake sucks. You have to cheap out in certain areas. I would much rather cheap out in areas that are cheaper than cheap out in areas that are going to cost you a lot of money. With that being said, that is what I have going on this week. We are doing the 900 subscriber giveaway where we will be giving away a MIPS set of drivers, 1.5, 2 and 2.5 millimeters. As I stated in that video, if you are subscribed to Patreon or to the Anderson Bros Outdoors Club, the TABO Club on YouTube, you will have an advantage over the regular subscribers. It's 99 cents for YouTube. You can subscribe for $1, $5, or $100 a month through Patreon and get those perks. 100% of the proceeds of this channel goes back into this channel. It'll allow us to do a lot more giveaways and things of that nature. I would really like to have the ability to give away a ripper when they come out. They're going to be extremely expensive, but if the channel is generating enough revenue, then we will be giving that away when it does come out. With that being said, here at the Anderson Bros Outdoors, we hope everyone has a fantastic week. Thanks for watching. Feel free to drop a like. Otherwise, we hope you have a great day.